It says here are the points -1 and -5. -1, 0, and -5, 0. Write a quadratic equation whose graph passes through the points -1, 0, and -5, 0. These are our x-intercepts. So when we're setting this up, we can call this maybe f of x equals, so again, we got to figure out if I plug in -1 for x, what do I have to add to -1 to get 0? That would be +1. If I plug in a -5 for x, what makes it 0? +5. So remember, you got to think backwards. What did I plugged these in? What was my original factor form? So there's one equation. Do the second equation, we want to go ahead and look for vertex form. So I'm going to find the middle waypoint here, which is my axis of symmetry. It falls between 0 and -5. So halfway between, I'm sorry, 1 and -5, not 0. It falls between 1 and -5. So halfway between would be at -1, -2, -3. So there's my axis of symmetry. I now have to figure out what the output is. So f of -3 equals -3 plus 1 and -3 plus 5. So that's going to be -2 times 2, which is -4. So my vertex is going to be at -2, -4. All right, so if this is my vertex, I can use vertex form. So I can say f of x could also equal x plus 2, because that's what makes this part 0 when I put in -2, and then -4. This is a second way that you can write this quadratic. Okay, so we're going to look to see how are the parabolas that you wrote alike. Okay, they're going to be the same graph. All right, if I think about what is my y-intercept is going to be at 5, because if I plug in zeros here, I get 1 times 5, which is 5. That means that I have another point here. Okay, but they're the same parabola. Okay, they're the same thing. In this case, because I didn't change a, kept a as 1. Okay, so in this case, these parabolas are the same. Now you could have said something different. You could have said, instead of that, you could have said f of x might equal -x plus 1 times x plus 5. And that would have just kind of spun it upside down. Okay, put it upside down. So -3 plus 1, -3 plus 5. So I'll be at 0 at -3, 4 this time. So you also could have thought of it that way. Okay, you could have found some values. And in that case, your parabolas would have been, one would have been concave up and one would have been concave down. So it just depends on how you thought